Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and to the garden. A bit of a mess of a garden, I should say. Today's video, we're just going to do a little kind of walk around, brief highlights of kind of what's doing well for August. Just starting off here, we've got the sort of normal Trachycarpus. Not going to go into too much depth on the kind of standard plants we've got here, but just showing you a little bit around. As you can see, Colocasia, Black Sapphire Gecko, starting to put some decent leaves on. Again, I'm looking forward to this sort of coming out nicely. And you can just see, if I can get the camera to work right, in the light here, you may be able to see some of the baby fish that we've been catching out of the pond here. Just panning back around here to the center bed. Now, one thing to mention, guys, I'm actually heading away to Turkey for a week or two, and you know, hopefully get a few nice pics of stuff out there. But again, for this video, it's also a bit of a reference for me to you know, what's grown in the past 10 days when I get back. So with that said, yeah, hopefully going to get some decent photos and videos of some of the plants out there. We'll see if we can get some updates out. Just down here, though, Trachycarpus princeps hybrid, sorry, Waggy hybrid, doing quite well. A couple new leaves. Did have a one of the leaves here sort of blacking off. This was from the beginning of the year, but again, since then, a couple new leaves. Very slow grower for me there, but doing quite well. You can just see here the Solomon seal. Quite nice on these, and again, it's a very mess at the moment, guys. I do apologize about all the weeds. Good one for kind of a, you know, end of year plant towards the end. Again, it's sort of the layering we've got in this front bed. Bit open in the front bed here, but once again, gonna think and plan for next year, I think, on that one. Just to show you down this way, Musa Bastiu. This is one of the ones we showed in the video of how to kind of get your leaves a bit bigger. Put on some nice, good sized leaves now, growing quite well. Trachycarpus princeps hybrids. This is the princeps hybrid now. You can see a couple new leaves. Very nice kind of form on that. It is a bit shaded, but again, you know, I think once it kind of grows out a bit, we'll get a bit better growth on that. Ragusa rose, still in flower, lovely on that side. Just in the center here, we've got our blazing star, which you can see comes out lovely. Again, it's a sort of hardy perennial for me. Just a nice show, and you can see loads of bees and insects all over it. Love this plant. Hardy fuchsia is doing well. White one here hasn't really done much this year. Next to that, the red one's done pretty decent. You can just see a bit of a loss here, guys. Hops, yeah, that got fried off in the last heat wave here. Apparently we may have a new heat wave coming up this week. Luckily I've got a very friendly neighbor who's going to be around watering and turning on the irrigation for us. Just down here, Colocasia did come back up, which is always nice to see. Very small on this side, doesn't get any decent amount of sun, so I'm not expecting much out of this one here. One to show, so this is your blue star fern, or Phlebodium aureum. This was in the ground, and you can just see it's just started to come back up. I mean, it does prove, yes, it can be grown in the ground, even in sort of the UK, without minimal protection. But again, as you can see, you know, you're probably worth trying to protect it if you are going to keep it in the ground. But just to say, yes, that has done well, come back out. Brunnera down here always does nice. I think it's a nice filler plant. Trachycarpus, this one here has put on decent amount of new growth. All you're looking at here is the new growth for it, which has done quite well. The Pieris, nice new leaves, and again, that lovely red color pop that's come out there. You've got the Persian silk tree doing quite well, but I found it must have been really pot bound, and kind of root bound as well. I'm having to water it quite a bit more than I should be needing to, but once again, it's going to get its feet down and you know, hopefully do quite well there. Always interesting to see when the leaves close up at night. Quite a cool little plant there. 4-foot Dixonia doing quite well. No new flush on it as of yet. Down here, just to show you, Sycamensis. All the baby pups down there, done really well on that side. Lovely undersides on these leaves. That's approaching sort of 6 to 7 foot now, doing quite well. Restrata next to it, again, doing quite well, and hoping that's going to kind of grow out this year. As we just pan down this way, Xanthodicia kind of flopped over, not quite happy at the moment. I think it's been the kind of very dry sort of spring and summer we've had. Just looking down into the mini golf course, once again, you can just see down here, most of the stuff is growing quite well. We've got the wisteria climbing up the back there. That's done quite well this year. And again, next to that, we got Sabaria silverfolia. And just to pan this way, don't mind the big ton bag of weeds here that we've been collecting out. Tetrapanix done really well. Unfortunately, I think this is going to need to be moved. So I'm going to have to kind of work out when's best to do that there. But again, sized up really nicely. Try That's very hard to show you there, but yes, as you can see there. Now, one thing coming around this way, again, this is an area that we are proposing a new bed, so I've kind of left it a bit wild here. So this is going to turn, I think, maybe where the Tetrapanics goes eventually. So I'm going to kind of let this sort of do this year and let it kind of fertilize down in over the winter, put some new topsoil on, and yeah, we'll get that one probably moved at some point. Just under here, you can see bamboo's done really, really well. Just looking down this way, we've got the Chamaerops, baby Chamaerops humilis doing well down there. You can also see the Cycas revoluta doing pretty well. And once again, you've got your Chamaerops volcano. Off the back here, once again, very heavily overgrown at the moment. Onset morelli, done really, really well. That's probably nearing on sort of 7 to 8 foot now with near, I would say, sort of 6 to 7 foot leaves here. Yeah, done really well in that place. Always kind of does well for me there. Just down here, you can see Musabastu clump. Huge at the moment, really, really done well. Front of it wasn't protected, the back was. Down in this little area, we got these snapdragons that kind of self-seed around the garden. They do actually, for somewhat, stay evergreen for me, which is quite good. Down here, you can just see Persicaria doing all right. One of the larger Colocasia pink chinas that we have. And again, this one always does quite well in this spot for me. You can see some new pops off the bananas here. Just looking in, and once again, Butia done really, really well in this position. Is putting out some new fronds, probably about 4 or 5 new fronds this year. And just down here, if we come around, try not to trip over, see the Apuntia. So this is the Microdasis. That has grown loads this year. It's got about 5, 6 new pads. I might end up sort of propagating one and seeing if I can kind of move it around. Aeonium Schwarzkopf, again, lovely, big size on these. This is the mother plant I've been taking some cuttings from. Down here we've got some of the other cacti. You can just see Yucca Jewel still trying to hold on, even though that top is going to die off as it sort of pulled. Some of the Aeonium, some of the other cacti down here. Once again, this is more of the kind of arid bed. Cordyline shot up pretty decently this year, so I'm quite happy with that. Just as we look this way, back onto the Tetrapanics, you can just see our little bubbling water feature here. And again, another Musabastu clump. Now, this was one protected. Again, it's probably up to 3 to 4 foot now, so done quite well on that side. You can see here, and I will show you a clip of what it looked like. We have moved what was the bracken from there. It looked really, really overgrown. Took out some of the sedge grasses that were around here as well. And again, I'll take a look at that clip. There, this also massively overgrew the bed, as you've seen, so really needs to come out. Left a little bit there. This is our larger Chamaerops volcano, again doing quite well. It does look like it has some seed at the bottom, so I may be able to get some seed off that, which would be quite cool. Just here, Trachycarpus, now that it's sort of got some space again, is starting to do a bit better, and the grass behind it again kind of opened it up a bit. It has flopped over a bit in the heavy winds we've had, but luckily not too much damage to that one. What I'll do is just take you down this way now, down to the jungle area. As we come down this way, I won't do again as much in the jungle area. I've done quite a bit of content on that area, so if you're interested also to check that out. You can see just a few of the notables. Once again, bamboo's done really, really well in here. I'll come in and show you decent sized canes, lovely nodes on this, and this one's again been one of my bigger clumps here. Just next to that, 1 foot tree fern has put out a couple new fronds, a couple new ones coming out as well. It really fills out this space if you have a look at it there. So you can just see as I step back a bit, again, lovely fronds, really done quite well this year. Just looking down the jungle path, you can see it is really kind of filled in now. You do have to push through the plants to get through, which does give it that kind of nice sort of jungle feel, if you will. Just looking down here, you can see, again, Bruno really sized up on this one here. You know, big lovely leaves on that. Musabastu is just starting to take off. We put that in this year. You can see the 2 Dixonia down there, once again throwing up some lovely fronds. We've got the onset morelli, which we'll take a look at from a different angle. Again, just looking into here, you can see tree ferns have really kind of come to life this year. This one's still chucking out loads of new fronds. One thing as well, guys, I don't know if you've seen much on the whole Seagraves nursery in the UK. Something to have a look at. I won't really comment on it, but just been a bit of news flying around on that. So if you have ordered something from Seagraves recently, it may be worth investigating that as well. Just looking down the front of the stream here now, you can see really kind of giving us that lovely effect as we kind of look up it. You can see creeping jennies come down nicely. The Diropterus ferns in there have also done really, really well. And as we just quickly pan this way, Canna Cleopatra, lovely little plant on that side. Hopefully I'm going to get some decent flowers. It's only really started to put on new growth in the past couple weeks. I'm hoping the heat, if we do get it, will spur that on. Baby Dixonia picked up from B&M. This one is actually two in a pot, if you will. So hoping it's going to grow into almost what looks like a double trunk. If it does eventually grow. You got the Percamanthus, pampas grass, cypress grass, just sitting there doing really, really well on that side. And just as we come down this way, go down the jungle path now, you can just see, just looking into here, you can see the Alocasia zebrina has put out one new leaf since it has been in here. Again, it's in a pot, it's not placed in the ground, that's coming in for the winter. Little patch of the pink china, done really, really well, come out, and again, not getting huge amounts of light, so, you know, we're not expecting these to get giant or anything. Got the lovely different varieties of ferns in here. The Pteris evergamensis, done really, really well. I think it's got the coolest kind of little fern leaf pattern. Just looking this way, the zebra grass has finally started to put on a little bit of the striping. That's your Miscanthus zebranus. Looking down this way now, if you look back, we can just see here, kind of really creates that effect. We got some of the Portaluca, which I've done in a kind of little raised box there. Again, not really sure what I'm doing with that, but just kind of testing that out down here. The Phoenix Robellini in the ground. This one's doing really, really well, put on some decent height, about 10 new fronds so far. So it's done really, really well. I'm just hoping, again, gonna get that through the winter and see what kind of protection we need on that one. Just looking down here, you can just see this bed's filled out quite nicely. We did do a recent video about all the new kind of ferns and things down here, but you see it does kind of come together quite nicely. Just as we look this way, down the jungle stream again, it's giving us again that lovely effect. You can see it just creeping down the middle there. Now, just to show you as well, I've kind of started a bit of a carnivorous bed. So we've got all the different Sarcinia in here, which I'll see if I can kind of zoom a bit. And just as we look around, you can see we've got a few of them. We've got a Venus flytrap down there as well, and also the other carnivorous ones. So that's your Sarcinia purpea, Sarcinia farmanii, a few more purpea, and again, that's your Venus flytrap just down there. Again, quite a cool plant, and you know, they are much hardier than we give them kind of credit for in the UK. If you haven't seen my video around Sarcinia care, certainly check that out if you're interested. Definitely one I'd recommend for any sort of tropical jungle style garden. Just coming here, we've got the Sycamensis Ever Red. Again, this is from B&M this year. Does quite well, and again, it's not a huge amount of light, so it's not going to be you know, growing as fast as some of the others. Unfortunately, we had a broken leaf in one of the winds. I haven't really trimmed that back yet. And just coming down this way, having a look, you can just see from the other angles here, big Dixonia, really, really well. And again, I've had to restake this in the wind. It was actually wobbling when we had the high winds, so you can see there's a lot more bamboo stakes around it. Just something to bear in mind while they are still rooting, that high winds can sort of chuck these over as well. Just looking this way now, again, we've done all the ferns in here in the previous videos if you're interested to see what we've got, but just really to show you. From the front angle now, getting a lovely little look down here. Loads of leaves, unfortunately, but that's to be expected, and I'm letting those kind of stay and rot down for the moment. Again, 1 foot tree fern has started, again, more and more fronds coming out. Really lovely to see, but of course, you know, it's one of those ones you kind of enjoy the whole process of them opening, as well as, you know, seeing the large fronds once they do come out. Just peeking in this way now, you can just see at the front, as we cross over the path in the middle of the pond. Lovely view from the front now as well. It kind of gives us that, hopefully, more of a jungle appeal here. You see the Waggy on here is doing quite well, and the Chamaerops here is also doing quite well. But yeah, with that said, guys, yeah, just a really brief video today. Just a little bit of an update. Hopefully it'll be interesting to see the difference when I do return. And yeah, certainly leave your comments about any of the plants, anything you want to know more about. And again, if you're interested in kind of seeing some of the flora and things in Turkey as well. But with that said, guys, yeah, thanks for watching. If you haven't checked out Friends of the channel, make sure to do so. Be in the comment section below. Of course, there'll be some Amazon affiliate links down there as well if you're interested for some of the products we use, like the tree fern feed. But of course, with that said, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.